Howdy, everybody. Before we begin, I gotta correct Mr. Horgan on the contestant who won cover-up yesterday. He pronounced her name Naomi, but it was actually Naomi, obviously, so. Nothing personal, though. Now, the theme song. And now it's time for the Price is Right pricing game recap for Friday, April 27th, 2012. For the last show of the week and the penultimate episode for the month, the following games were played. That's Too Much! Coming or Going, Plinko, Swap Meet, Hole in One, and Range Game. First, Rodney, a genealogist from Minnesota, played That's Too Much for a Jeep Sport Wrangler 4x4 modeled by Manuela, whose last name I still have trouble pronouncing. The first price was $20,159. Rodney kept going. Next was $21,115, which I still can't believe was the price of the car in yesterday's dice game. 3 of the same number at all, let alone in a row. That surprised me. Even if he said lower on the first 4, that had Mike Richards written all over it. Anyway, Rodney kept going, and the next price was $22,050. He went one more time to a price of $23,107, and that's where he said, "That's too much!" Now it was time to see if he won. Manuela turned the price tag around to reveal the Jeep's price. $22,845! You're a winner! How about that? A geologist wins a Jeep. Furthermore, he wins it in a rarely won game. Lucky him. Maria, whose name Drew pronounced as Mariah and George as Maria, thus confusing yours truly in a way, played Coming or Going for an office set, which included a white desk, bold print office chair, bookcase, desk lamp, and storage box, as well as a Dell 23-inch HD computer with wireless printer, all modeled by Gwendolyn Osborne. The coming price was $6,494, and the going price was $4,946. Maria or Mariah chose the going price of $4,946. Then Gwendolyn revealed the actual price, which was $6,494. Drew said he thought she had it. I did too. If Stephanie Tanner of Full House fell victim to that setup, she'd probably have said this. I know, right? Haley played Plinko and had a chance to win up to $50,000. Manuela was in charge of modeling the small prizes with which Haley could win more chips to go with her free chip. First, a desktop cooler's price either started with 5 or ended with 7. Haley chose the 7, but she was wrong. The price was $59. Next, a collapsible masher had a price that started with 3 or ended with 0. She chose the 0 and she got that one. The price was $20. Now there was a Katy Perry cat-shaped perfume bottle with a price which started with 8 or ended with 5. She chose the 8. Wrong, it was $65. Finally, a Libman cleaning kit either had 2 as the first number in its price or 6 as the last number. She picked the 2 but was wrong again. It was $16. Gwendolyn brought over the only extra chip that Haley won, and now we were ready to make some cash. The first chip Haley dropped netted her $500. The second and final chip gave Haley another $1,000, so she won $1,500, and that will be a consolation win. Hang on a second. I think I hear my brother coming. Wait a second. Oh boy, I hope he doesn't come in. Anyway, Lynette played Swap Me for 4 prizes that she would win if she swapped one prize for one of 3 others that cost the same. The prize to swap was a set of designer shoes and purse modeled by Manuela. The 3 prizes set up for swapping were a Holland Grill Epic barbecue modeled by Gwendolyn, an Avanti Fitness X-Fit 209L treadmill modeled by no one, and a Danby Silhouette Select Party Center beverage cooler modeled by George Gray. Lynette decided to swap the shoes and purse for the treadmill. Didn't seem legitimate, but we'll see. Gwendolyn revealed the treadmill's price, and it was $2,499. Then Manuela showed us the price of the accessories, which was $874. The price that cost the same as the accessories was the barbecue, which really should have been the prize first seen, in my opinion. Then it would be a little bit more winnable. The beverage cooler was $1,400, by the way. Kellyanne played hole-in-one for a restored '65 Ford Mustang modeled by Gwendolyn and worth $15,500. The 6 grocery items to be placed included Kingsford charcoal lighter fluid, 1 quart, Nature's Partner blackberries, 6 ounces, Aspercream heat gel pain reliever, Diamond shelled peanuts, 16 ounces, Virgil's microbrewed root beer keg, 5 liters, and finally Wesson canola oil, 48 fluid ounces. Kellyanne chose the blackberries as the least expensive item, and that flag was placed by Manuela. Next, she chose the lighter fluid, and that was placed by Gwendolyn. She and Manuela alternated placing the flags. So I'm not going to waste my breath telling you who placed what. Anyway, Kellyanne's next pick was the canola oil. Then she chose the walnuts, and finally the root beer, thus making the pain reliever the item at the end. I can tell you already she wasn't going to win $500, but let's see how she did anyway. How much for the blackberries? Manuela revealed a price of $1.49. Manuela revealed the first 3 prices and Gwendolyn the last 3. So once again, I'm not going to waste my breath on the models. Nothing personal. Anyway, the lighter fluid's price was $3.99. The canola oil went for $5.29. The bag of walnuts cost $9.99. Now, take a wild guess at the price of the root beer. If you said anywhere from like $3 to $8, you're not even close. It was $18. Let's see what the Miz thought. Really? 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 Really, Miz? Really? I guess it was the keg that made it that expensive. Well, finally, the pain reliever's price was $6.79, but Kellyanne was going to putt from the second to last line. Drew did not attempt an inspiration putt. He just let Kellyanne go ahead. And when she attempted the putt, naturally the ball went in. You're a winner! Kellyanne just won herself a restored '65 Ford Mustang. Finally, James played range game for a trip to Tahiti for a 4-night stay at the Radisson Plaza Resort Tahiti, along with a 1-day 4x4 island trek. He stopped the $150 rangefinder between about 9,114 and 9,264. And when the actual retail price lit up, it was $9,194. You're a winner! That's right, James won the trip to Tahiti. Tell him to send me a postcard. So today, we wrapped up the week with 3 pricing game wins. That's Too Much, Hole in One, and Range Game. We also gave away $2,500 in cash. $1,500 went to Haley and Plinko, and $1,000 was won by James in Showcase Showdown number 2. The MVPs of The Price is Right are Rodney, Kellyanne, and James. And Haley gets contestant recognition for her $1,500 win in Plinko. And James really cleaned up today. He won his pricing game, $1,000 on the big wheel, and he won his Nooks and Crannies themed showcase, including a HeyNeedle.com 6-piece breakfast nook tableware modeled by Manuela, a trip for 2 to Carmel, California for a 6-night stay at the Pine Inn Carmel by the Sea, including a round of golf, in-room massage, and aquarium tickets modeled by Gwendolyn, and a Dodge Journey SE modeled by Manuela. James bid $27,000 on his showcase. The actual retail price was $30,291, a difference of $3,291. He won a grand total of $41,243. Exactly what I mean by cleaning up. Tonight, the Price is Right pricing game recap is sponsored by Jolly Time Popcorn. Oh, yum. Now, this was our second 3-win show of the week, along with 3 2-win shows, giving us a full house for the week and allowing me to play this song. That was a full house theme. I'll get to the acknowledgments as soon as they come. Stay tuned, please.